To start off, let me be clear about what we're doing here and what we're not. This isn't how to make a slide pack, nor is it how to stand and deliver with presence and confidence. This is how to build a persuasive presentation quickly and efficiently. Once you've got that down, creating the visuals becomes a cinch, and you'll feel much more confident without even trying. So let's get into it. We'll assume for the sake of the exercise that you know your subject and you've done your audience research. You know who they are, why they're there, and what they expect. With that knowledge in hand, we can put pen to paper or perhaps fingers to keyboard. Rather than staring blankly at a blank piece of paper, let me introduce a presentation planner to make your life easy. We're going to plan from the bottom up, but then of course you'll deliver from the top down. So to kick off, we're going to start with the end in mind. In other words, we're going to write our conclusion first. How do we do that? It's a simple two-part equation. Action plus benefit equals conclusion. So firstly, what's the action we want the audience to take as a result of our presentation? Do you want them to give you feedback, make a decision, give you resources, cooperate, engage, take a particular direction, implement a strategy, or simply feel confident in your progress? Secondly, we need a major benefit to them in doing what you're suggesting. Will it make them money or save them money? Maybe save them time. Will it make them look good, or feel secure? Will it minimize a risk or help us stay competitive? Finally, we combine the answer to both these questions into one sentence. If we do this, then that. If we implement these efficiencies, we'll reduce duplication by 20%. By adding one person to the team, we can eliminate the backlog within 6 months, reduce burnout, and focus our time and energy in more important areas. Done. This sentence is the starting point of your preparation, but the end point or conclusion of the spoken presentation. So what happens next? Now for an agenda. 2 to 5 headings that outline the areas you'll address along the way to prove your conclusion. A minimum of 2 to make it bite-sized, a maximum of 5 so it's not overwhelming. Here are some ideas. The current situation, proposed solution, and the benefits. The cause, the options, and our recommendations. Why, what, and how? Got your agenda? Great. Now don't deep dive for your wealth of content yet. Hold fire for one more step. Now for each agenda heading, identify a single key takeout point that's no more than 6 or 7 words long. Let's take some examples. The key takeout point for the current situation might be that resources are stretched to capacity. The key takeout point for your solution might be, efficiencies aren't enough, we need more hands. And perhaps the key takeout point for the benefits would be, we'll reduce stress and increase competitiveness. Keep your key takeout points short, sharp, and punchy. You want them to be clear, strong, and memorable. We're getting there. Now we simply copy the agenda headings twice, once up to the agenda box and again to the top of the logic blocks. We're also going to copy the key takeout points just once, up to, would you believe, the key takeout point boxes. So we've got our fundamental framework in place. The final message, agenda, and key takeout points make up our skeleton. Now all we have to do is fill in the missing blanks. Join the dots. Here's where we get to include that information, only that information, and all of that information that proves our key takeout points. Don't forget to include empirical data like your facts, statistics, graphs, cost-benefit analysis, and risk analysis. But also remember plenty of anecdotal evidence like stories, examples, and hypotheticals to bring the material to life and make it engaging. Finally, we can plan the start. We use an acronym called the SMART Start, but without getting into detail, it means that you want to include an opening that's warm, personable, and sets a purpose and direction. And plan it. Don't leave it to chance on the day. Woohoo! We're done. So let's give it a run through and see how it flows. It's going to go something like this. Good morning, everybody. Great to see you and thanks for your time. As you know, I've moved into the role of Head of Customer Service and have taken the last month to assess the situation. And I want to address today the key issue that we're all too well aware of, which is the backlog of unaddressed complaints in the business. I expect to take about 15 minutes to do so, and I'm very open to questions and input along the way. To explore this fully, there's 3 areas worth discussing: the current situation, our proposed solution, and the benefits. So let's get started with the current situation, which is this. Blah, blah, blah. The backlog's been growing, we've implemented efficiency measures, we've cut all the fat, nothing left, and people are working overtime just to stop it growing further. The bottom line is, our resources are stretched to capacity. What's our solution? We've looked at a range of options, including X, Y, and Z, rhubarb, but frankly, we're at a dead end. Efficiencies aren't enough. We need more hands. Finally, let's turn to the benefits. We've done a cost-benefit analysis. Here's what it's going to cost us, yada, yada, yada. Here's the return on investment, yada, yada. In essence, we'll reduce stress, but also increase competitiveness. So that's a fair bit to take in. There's really 3 things to take away. In terms of the current situation, our resources are stretched to capacity. As far as our proposed solution goes, efficiencies aren't enough. We need more hands. And the benefits will be that we'll reduce stress, but most importantly, increase competitiveness. In conclusion, by adding 1 person to the team, we can eliminate the backlog within 6 months, reduce burnout, and focus our time and energy in more important areas. Voila! You've acquitted yourself like a pro. 5 simple steps to a clear, focused, and persuasive presentation. Good luck, and get in contact if you need a hand with an upcoming presentation, maximising your personal impact, or teaching your team.